We'll get to Johnny Manziel in a second, but first, Aaron Gordon, big block on Denny Pascal Siakam at the rim. Raptors got the win, though, 112-101, but that was nice.
Great enunciation. Great timing. That was the only thing better than the enunciation. What's homeboy's name again?
The guy that blocked it?
Yes.
Aaron Gordon blocked it.
Aaron Gordon.
Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam was the guy going up next.
He's had a tremendous year. He was not expecting that one to get rejected.
My apologies when she said, what's the guy's name? I said Aaron Gordon.
I was like, hey,
I know
nice
you
dress.
know that one.
Who, me?
Sorry about that.
This one.
Sorry about that.
Moving on to the Celtics taking on the Hawks. Jason Tatum getting it done. Both ends.
Here's the thing about Jason Tatum. Amazing beginning of his rookie year. Then hit a bit of the rookie wall. Then excelled over the rookie wall and is now similar back to where he was at the beginning of the year, short of the 50% three-point shooting.
Yeah, a lot of bad news out of Boston. Gordon Hayward injured the first game. Kyrie injured late in the season. But Jaylen Brown's development and my man, Tatum, oh, my goodness, what a bright future they have. Now, is that future in Boston, or are they traded somewhere else?
Oh, for Kawhi?
Or the Brow?
Oh, don't you get on that bandwagon now. No.
Jazz, Lakers, CC's favorite rookie, Donovan Mitchell. Look at that pass. Come on, to Joe Ingles.
The big Aussie in the corner, Joe Ingles, one of the best three-point shooters in the world.
He's had a great season also.
Jazz clinch a playoff.
Not better than
berth with that
Donovan Mitchell. He's the superstar of that team.
Man, for them to lose Gordon Hayward, much like the Pacers losing Paul George, and then both of them, as we sit here today, top 5 seeds in their conference.
Everybody loses Gordon Hayward, apparently.
Oh.
New topic.
I mean, the guy broke his leg, Jim.
He's back. He's back. No,
he's not back.
I have no clue right now.
Oh, my God.
New topic.
Back running. Video last week of him running unassisted for the first time. Yes.
He won't be back this season.
Good pull.
To make sure we all know that. Johnny Manziel is back. Not in the NFL. Not in the CFL. But the spring league game in Texas, played in a competitive game that we're talking about for the first time in over 2 years. His numbers were pretty average, 9 for 15, 82 yards and a touchdown. But according to Bleacher Report, execs are describing Johnny Manziel's potential as, quote, off the charts. One thing they did mention was the size of the charts. CC, let's break this down, because you saw him a little bit practice. You see him a little bit here in this game. You believe that Manziel has off-the-charts NFL potential?
No, I don't. I wish people would put their names with this kind of mess. Like, if he was off the charts, why didn't he sign? Like, right now, he's available for any NFL team to sign him. Don't seem like that real NFL execs thinks that his potential is off the charts. Like, I think this is totally ridiculous. Now, it's nice to see him playing some type of football. That's not NFL football. You see those offensive linemen out there? The center, the guard, those guys are so undersized. The overall continuity, they've been playing football 2 weeks. Like, so you're not going to see great things from people who've been practicing 2 weeks. So I didn't see it. I'm all for guys improving. I'm all for continuing to grow as a quarterback. I believe the more reps that you can get, it does help you. But to draw that comparison, he has his potential. Like, I didn't see how they could gather that. But maybe they're looking at something that I don't know about.
I don't see it either. But what I will say is this. Quarter of the league sent guys there to go watch him. 8 teams were there, not to watch the offensive linemen. They were there to watch Johnny Manziel. And it's weird because I hope everyone does well. I hope guys overcome things. But this is frustrating for me. It is situations such as this where when we talk about Lamar Jackson, we talk about some of the quarterbacks coming into this draft that I am, and maybe it is the opposite of a blind spot for me. Maybe I see it too often. But I can't help but see enormous amounts of race in this. 25 years old, 6 feet tall, with a domestic violence charge under his belt, drug-addled body from the past, who flamed out in the NFL, who has not played in 830 days. Off-the-charts potential? A guy that we're going to send 8 teams are going to send people to go watch? Here's what I know. What I know is, like, Johnny Manziel is benefiting from an enormous amount of privilege in the idea that he is even considered still a possibility in the NFL. Like, let's not forget, we talk about the drugs, we talk about he hasn't played in 2 years. Let's not forget that in the midst of that, he allegedly shattered a woman's eardrum. Like, in the NFL that is now cognizant, aware, and cares about those types of things. Like, I don't see it with Johnny. I'm glad he's playing somewhere. And by the way, he didn't, in that game, you said it, Jenna, he's 9 of 15 for 80 yards.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. So if you took all that other stuff out of it, was his potential ever off the charts? When he was coming out of college, did you look at him and say, this guy can really, he's got off the charts potential, before we knew about how he was going to flame out in the NFL, all that other stuff?
Maybe the afternoon when he beat Alabama when he was a sophomore, I was like, man, this could be really interesting. This is a pro defense, pro style, Nick Saban going against a bunch of pro players, but that offensive system has not equated to success, not only for Johnny Manziel, but for a lot of quarterbacks. When you are 6 foot, 6'1", you are 190, 200 pounds. No, your potential is not overwhelming in the NFL. There's no guy with that type of dimension, that size, going to be able to take over the NFL. So at no point that I have seen Johnny Manziel that I think that one day he was going to be a superstar in the NFL. I still believe he can develop. I believe he should go to the CFL. I believe it's a game that will help his skill set and allow NFL executives to take a real look at him in real football situations to be able to evaluate his talent.
And this week, there was another comment. It wasn't some anonymous NFL executive. It was on the record with a name to it. It was a comment made by Johnny Manziel about the Cleveland Browns, saying, oh, they should have known better. They should have known I wasn't into film study. That is, I put that in the same bucket as, you know, cleaned up Johnny, that I put the comments he made on Instagram where he was celebrating them going 0-16 and saying to people that, you know, I wish nothing but failure essentially on that franchise. That is not, to me, that is not the part of taking accountability for your actions being the biggest determining factor on where you are right now. That's not there. Like, the animosity he has towards Cleveland, Cleveland seemed to give him the shot. Cleveland would have loved for him to be a success.
Of course.
They've been trying to find a quarterback there since Bernie Kosar. Like, him saying Cleveland should have known better, that I wasn't going to study, that I wasn't an X's and O's guy. Like, that's not the self-reflection you would hope for a guy who's trying to get back in the league for the first time in 3 years.
You think there's a team that'll give him a shot? Knowing what you know about the league and how desperate everyone is for a quarterback.
Not yet. If he was to play more football, because quarterbacks are hard to find, I wouldn't be shocked if NFL team brought him to training camp next season.
I would think he'd need a full year, as CC mentioned, in the CFL, a full year of success at a higher level league than the league we just saw on the tape.
Yeah, the guy right guard, Jenna, he couldn't block you. He ain't no buys, no tries, he ain't been working out. No, he couldn't block you.
He couldn't.
Jenna's swim move is underrated. Yes, that's what I've heard.
Coming up, could we see a rematch between Floyd and Conor in the octagon next time?